Good evening, everyone. I'm Carlos Andres Patiño, and this is the speaking section number 13 of the course Intermediate English 2. Right now, I'm here with Jocelyn, Viviana, and Felix. So, Viviana, how are you? Hello, how are you?
Hello, teacher. Hello, classmates. I'm very fine, thank you.
Thanks for answering, Viviana. And Jocelyn, hello, how are you? How are you today?
Hello, how are you, classmate and tutor? I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, thanks for answering, Jocelyn. And finally, Felix, hello, how are you?
Hello, teacher. Hello, classmates. Good evening. I'm fine. Well, and you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm very happy to see you guys again. So we're going to start right now. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen with you right now so we can start. So for example, Viviana, can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher, I can see.
Okay, perfect. So this is the topic we are going to approach today. Today, we are going to approach again the conditional sentences. And today we are going to approach the last conditional sentence, the last conditional option that we have. That is the conditional three. So the grammar rules or the clauses are basically the same, but the conditional three has a particular usage that is very different to the other ones. So in order that we can start, I have designed an activity for you, okay? And you're going to develop the activity in your computer. So I'm going to send you the link in order that you can play the game, okay? I have designed for you. This game is about past participle verbs. Why? Because in the conditional three, we use the past participle a lot. So this game is about the past participle of irregular verbs. So you will see, let me show you. So Jocelyn, can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, perfect. So I'll send you the link and you will have access to this, okay? So you start the game and you see here on the bottom, you will see a verb in the base form or the infinitive form or the present, okay? And then you click there, you see the verb spill, that is derramar in present or in base form, and you have to see to find the past participle verb, which is this one, and you should. And then you see forgive, the past is forgave, and the past participle is forgiven. So you should. Buy, the past is bought, the participle is bought. Sting, the past is stank, and the past participle stank. Okay, you should, and you should, and you should. Okay, and you go on with the other level. Okay, so I'm going to send you right now that link so you can play right now. Give me 1 second. So the idea is that you go level after level, and the idea is that you go as far as possible. Okay, and if possible, you are going to take a screenshot at the end of the game. Okay, you have more or less 10 minutes to go as far as possible to make as many points as you can to get a very high score. And then at the end, you're going to take a screenshot and you're going to send it to me to here um, on the chat or through Skype. Okay, so Felix, Viviana, and Jocelyn, please click on the link and go ahead and play the game. You are going to practice a lot about the verbs that we need for this class. Los verbos que van a ver ahí en la actividad, a los que le van a disparar, los verbos en participio pasado van a ser de mucha ayuda para las actividades de la clase. Entonces, fíjense muy bien en el verbo en la forma del participio pasado. Y si tienen alguna pregunta sobre algún significado, me pueden preguntar o nos preguntamos entre todos. So guys, you have 10 minutes from now on. Go ahead. Go to play. And if you have any questions, I'm still here. So you can talk to me anytime. So guys, how are you doing? You have other 4 minutes. Okay, you have 4 minutes to go as far as possible, or get as many points as possible, and learn as much as possible. So go ahead, you have 4 more minutes. So guys, please finish up what you're doing right now and tell me, how did you do it? For example, Felix, did you finish already?
Hello, teacher.
Felix?
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Felix,
I,
how did you do it?
um, 938.
Wow, that's a lot, 900. Wow. Viviana, how did you do it?
90, 902.
902, very good. And Jocelyn, how did you do it?
Teacher, I do not can see.
Ah, okay, but could you practice, right? ¿Pudiste practicar un rato? Did you review something? Did you learn something, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
But
perfect, guys. So let's go on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we really hope you have learned and practiced a lot. Give me one moment. So again, this is the topic we are going to approach today, conditional sentences, okay? So we are going to be focused on conditional 3, but it is important that we establish a difference between this conditional 3 and the previous topics, the conditional 0, the conditional 1, the conditional 2. So let's just remember, so conditional sentences have the conditional clause or the if clause, and then the consequence clause or the result clause. So most probably, if the conditional clause happens, the consequence clause will happen. Okay, so the condition is this one. If the condition happens, because any reason, the result clause or the consequence clause will happen. Okay, so as I just said, the conditional three is quite different. Okay, because it is about something. Actually, it is a particular tense that we have not approached here in these topics. So let's go on. So when we talk about conditional three, we need to talk about past perfect, and we need to talk about the use of would, the modal verb would, with have done, or with the verb have and then a verb in past participle. So past perfect, remember that to form the past perfect, we need to use the verb had, which is the past participle of the verb have, and then, or the past simple of the verb have, and then we are going to use the past participle of our regular or irregular verbs. So that is the reason why you were practicing a lot about irregular verbs, okay? Because you need to remember, you need to learn about the past participle of irregular verbs because there are no rules to make that, okay? And let's go on. We have would, have, and then the verb in past participle. So to make that, we need to know about would because it is a modal verb. So we need to use the rules for modal verbs to make questions for modal verbs. We do not add to or ing. Then we use have in the base form. And after have here, we are going to use the past participle of a regular or irregular verb. So again, if you, as you can see, we are going to use past participle in both clauses. So that's the reason why it is that important that we know about that. Okay, so let's go on, guys. This is the part I want to approach. So Felix, Jocelyn, and Viviana, I need you to take a look at this because we already learned about conditional zero, first conditional, and second conditional. Today we are going to approach the third conditional. So I want you to take a look at the examples and I want you to think and remember when we use each conditional. Okay, you have like 30 seconds to think and you are going to help me with that, okay? Because I don't remember right now. So you are going to help me with that. When do we use each conditional sentence, okay? To establish a difference with the conditional, with the third conditional. So you have 20 seconds, check the examples, and I will ask you. So for example, guys, who wants to help me with the zero conditional? When do we use zero conditional? In what case? Or what is the usage of the zero conditional? Who wants to help? Who wants to help me with that? Because I barely remember. So who wants to help me?
When I talk about facts,
Very good, Felix. When I talk about facts, what else?
um, when I talk about things um, um, really good happen. I don't know.
Okay, but Felix, you're doing fine. Zero conditional is used to talk about facts, to talk about a regular action, something that is a universal truth. I mean, something that happens every time in the same way. As the example, if it rains, the longest wet is a universal truth. Why? Because every time that rains, the longest wet. So that is a fact. That is true. Very good, Felix. Now let's go on with the first conditional. When do we use the first conditional, Viviana or Jocelyn? When do we use the first conditional? In what case, or what is the usage? So what do you think, girls? When do we use first conditional? Jocelyn, could you do me a favor? Read the example, please. Read the example. If the children, go ahead, Jocelyn.
The children study hard. They will get good grades.
They will get good grades. Very good. So when do we use first conditional? It is very easy. We use first conditional to describe a specific future event, to describe a possibility in the future, because we are using simple present and future simple. So if the conditional sentence happens, there is a huge possibility that the consequence clause or consequent sentences will happen. Okay, so it's about a possibility in the future. Okay, zero conditional, a universal truth, a fact. First conditional, a possibility in the future. So for example, now the second conditional, when do we use the second conditional? Felix, Viviana, or Jocelyn, when do we use it? In what case?
Um, I remember. Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
I remember about second conditional. It talks about things that wouldn't happen. I don't know. Cosas que nunca van a suceder.
Okay, yeah, you have a good idea, Felix. That is very good. Okay, let's remember the second conditional as a hypothetical situation. Okay, um, it is almost, it's not impossible, but it's almost impossible. It's imaginary, it's unlikely. Okay, and this situation is something that could happen in the present or the future, but it's unlikely. It's hypothetical. It could happen, yes. There is a chance, but there is a very small chance. The possibilities are very low. Okay, so it is a chance that we have in the present or the future. So let me sum up. Okay, in Spanish, zero conditional. Zero conditional lo usamos para hechos, cosas reales que nunca cambian, verdades universales. First conditional lo usamos para posibilidades en el futuro. Cosas que si la if clause happens, la consequence clause va a pasar. ¿Ok? Posibilidades en el futuro. Second conditional. As Felix said, lo usamos para cosas que podrían pasar, pero la posibilidad es muy baja, pero podrían pasar. Hay una posibilidad muy chiquita, pero puede pasar. Entonces, si la if clause sucede, la consequent clause will happen. It's something that could happen, es algo que puede pasar en el presente o en el futuro. Lo que sucede es que la posibilidad es muy baja, como por ejemplo el ejemplo que hacíamos de si yo me ganara la lotería, yo haría tal cosa. Because the chance that we have of winning the lottery is very low. La posibilidad que tenemos de ganar una lotería es baja. ¿Listo? So, that being said, es muy importante que tengamos claros los tres usos para que podamos abordar ahora el de third conditional. So guys, if you have any doubts, si tienen alguna duda, remember, I send you the presentations so you can check the presentations because you will see the usages there, okay, and the examples. So let's go ahead. This is the third conditional. So for example, I want that Viviana, you're going to read the first usage on the top. It describes.
It describes hypothetical past situations in which it is too late to change anything.
Very good. It describes hypothetical past situations in which it is too late to change anything. So, when we were talking about second conditional, was a hypothetical situation in the present or the future. And what happens there? We can do something about the present and we can do something about the future. Second conditional es hipotético, pero es presente o futuro. ¿Qué quiere decir? Que podemos nosotros todavía cambiar el presente o el futuro. Now, the third conditional is a hypothetical situation in the past. Al ser hipotética en el pasado, and because we cannot change the past, there is nothing we can do about it. Como es una situación hipotética en el pasado y nosotros no tenemos el poder de cambiar el pasado, es imposible que un condicional 3 se cumpla. Son simplemente situaciones hipotéticas que ya quedaron en el pasado and I cannot do anything about it. Solo podemos imaginar lo que hubiera pasado, pero no podemos cambiar el pasado. ¿Ok? Very good, Viviana. Thank you. Felix, read the next one. There.
Okay. Um, Third conditional. There is zero possibility.
Very good. There is zero possibility. Perfect. So again, guys, there is no chance that I can change the past. So there is nothing I can do about it. Okay, because it's the past, and the past is in the past. So Jocelyn, the last one, you use it.
You use it to imagine result that something that didn't happen.
Good. You use it to imagine results of something that did not happen. For example, I don't know. I wanted to have a particular toy when I was a child, okay? But I didn't get the toy. And I cannot change the past. I could get the toy now, but I am not a kid anymore. So I cannot change that past. But I can imagine the result of that thing that didn't happen. Okay? I can try to imagine, I can try to think about the past, but I cannot do anything about it. I cannot change the present. Okay? So, guys, let's go on. It is very easy. Before, okay, with the second conditional, we had the past simple and the would do. In this opportunity, we have the past perfect, which is a little bit different, and would have done. That is basically would, have, and the verb in past participle. And here in the past perfect, the verb had, and then a verb in past participle. So I want that, Viviana, you are going to read the first example, please.
If I had studied more, I would have passed the test.
Very good. If I had studied more, I would have passed the test, or I would have passed the test. Very good. Viviana, I want to ask you a favor. Could you please translate that for us?
Si yo hubiera estudiado más, hubiera pasado el examen.
Okay, don't say hubiera en la primera is fine, but you cannot use hubiera en la segunda. Es habría.
Habría.
So say that again, please. Yeah, very good. Say the full sentence again, please, Viviana.
¿En español?
Yes.
Si hubiera estudiado más, habría pasado el examen.
That is perfect, Viviana. Thank you very much. I mean, it seems to me that you already know about the topic. So we are going to practice as much as possible. And Jocelyn, could you please read the second example?
Eh, it it had it has any tone.
Enough.
Yeah, if she has enough money to pay, this play, she won't have run away.
Very good. Repeat after me. If she'd had enough money to pay,
If she have the money to pay,
she wouldn't have run away.
She would she would have run away.
She wouldn't have run away. So, Jocelyn, could you please translate that sentence for us?
Si
This
ella
one is a
no,
little bit difficult, but you can do it. Go ahead.
si ella no hubiera,
No, it doesn't say no in that part. No dice no en esa cláusula. Say
no,
that again. No, you don't say no anywhere. Oh, sorry. You don't have no here. You have no here. Here you have not,
um,
but not here. This is not. This contraction, this apostrophe, and the D is the same as hat. Okay? It's the same. This is this. Okay? So go ahead, Jocelyn. What is the translation?
eh, okay. Si ella hubiera, si ella tuviera suficiente
No, si
dinero,
ella hubiera.
si hubiera, es que no es suficiente, si ella hubiera tenido
Ajá,
suficiente
very good, suficiente.
dinero para, ¿qué es ahí?
Para pagar.
Si hubiera tenido suficiente dinero para pagar, ella hubiera,
No.
ella habría, ella no
Ajá.
habría, ella
Good.
no habría, ella no habría corrido, ella no, ella
Yeah, a
no
little.
habría, pues sí, no, porque corrió.
Okay, for example, Felix, could you help us? What is the meaning of run away? Felix, do you know that meaning? Do you know the meaning of what run away? Felix, can you hear me? Felix?
Corrido,
Sorry. Felix, can you hear me? Viviana, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you, Viviana. Viviana, what is the meaning of run away? Please help us.
I have no idea.
You don't have idea. Okay. So Viviana, Jocelyn, and Felix, if you can hear me, I'm gonna try to explain you that in English. Okay, run away. Viviana and Jocelyn, imagine that you're going to get married, but you are hesitating. You have fear. You are not sure, and you get cold feet. Okay, and you don't want to be married anymore, and you are just arriving to the church, and you take a horse and run away from the church. So what is run away?
I understand.
What is run away in
correrle,
Spanish?
Similar to escape.
Escape. Okay, yeah, perfect. It's like escape. Yeah, escape is a very good way to say it. So Jocelyn, translate that for us again into Spanish.
eh, si ella hubiera tenido suficiente dinero para pagar, ella no habría corrido lejos
Escapado.
o escapado.
Oído. Thank you very much, Jocelyn. Felix, can you hear me? Okay, Felix left. So, girls, let's go on. Viviana. Sorry, Viviana, read this one in English.
She wouldn't have run away if she'd had not money to pay.
Very good. She wouldn't have run away if she had enough money to pay. Could you please read that for us into Spanish?
Ella no habría tenido que escapar.
No, sorry, Viviana. Let me stop you there. It doesn't say tenido. Viviana, remember, would have means habría. So you go to the verb, okay? Say that again, please.
Ella no habría escapado
Uh-huh.
si ella hubiera
Uh-huh.
tenido
Very good.
dinero suficiente para pagar.
That is perfect. Thank you, Viviana. Let's go on with Jocelyn. Jocelyn, read this one in English.
Eh, I I had pa- I, I had passed the test if I'd studied more.
Read after me. I'd have passed the test
I had passed the test
if I'd studied more.
if I'd studied more.
Very good. So Jocelyn and Viviana, remember, you can use or, for example, the apostrophe and the D can mean had, could be had. Or in this case, the apostrophe and the same D could be also would. How do you know the difference? If it is had, the next verb is in, sorry, if it, in this case is would. If it's would, the verb that comes next is in the base form. If you see this, and it is had, the verb that comes next is in the past participle form. Okay? So remember that. After would, you see the verb in the base form. So you have would here, and you see the verb have. But after had, you see the verb in past participle like this one, studied. So that is the past perfect, the verb had, and then the past participle, okay? So you can see and you can tell the difference. So, Jocelyn, could you please translate that for us into Spanish?
Eh, yo, yo, hubie- yo hubiera pasado,
No. The other one. Yeah.
ah, yo hubiera pasado
No.
el
Yeah.
examen.
Me finishes in yeah.
Yo habría,
Uh-huh.
yo habría pasado el examen si yo hubiera estudiado más.
That is perfect. Thank you very much. So, girls, I think you already know about the topic. So, I'm going to challenge you, okay? I'm going to challenge you because you know a lot. So, this is going to be a little bit challenging, but I know you will do it in a very good way. So, this is a little bit difficult. Why? Because, again, as I told you last class, here you cannot see the verbs. You don't have any options. You just have to take a look at the content of the sentences that you see of the complements, and then you have to propose a verb that fits there. Okay, so you have 1 minute to check all the contents, and then we start. Okay, so go ahead, check the contents. If you don't know any word, please ask me. Okay, and we will find out the word in order that you can give me the proper verb. Okay, so go ahead, take a look. You have 1 minute. Okay, girls, let's start. Felix, can you hear me now?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
I
perfect. So, Felix, we are going to complete these sentences, okay? So, as the previous class, we don't have options, we don't have verbs. We just have our English knowledge to know about the complements and then propose a verb, okay? A verb. Because you know, guys, you are super smart, you are very good students, and you're going to be very good teachers. So those exercises, when you see the verb inside the parentheses, are very obvious, very easy. You just apply a simple rule and that's it. So here is not that easy. It's a little bit more challenging for you because you are very smart. So you need to check the complement and then propose a verb. And remember, it is very easy because you already know that if you have the if clause here, you have to use the past perfect. So if I had, then the verb in past participle, the wager, and I in here would have done. So I would have, and the verb in past participle. So it is very easy actually. So who wants to go with the first one? Who wants to try with the first one? Who wants to go first? So Viviana, Felix, and Jocelyn, who wants to help me with the first one? Viviana, could you please help me with the first one?
Teacher, I don't know what is wager.
Repeat after me, wager.
Wager.
Wager. Okay, Viviana, a wager is like a bet. Like when you bet money. When you go to a casino and you bet your money. That is wager. But wager is not a verb, it's a noun. But it's basically the same, okay? Did you get it? Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead, Viviana.
If I had put.
I have what?
Put.
Put, no. Try to remember the verbs from the warm-up activity. Viviana, what is the past participle of the verb win?
Won.
Won, very good. If I had won the wager, go on.
I would have bought.
Bought, very good, perfect. Say the full sentence, Viviana.
If I had won the wager,
Uh-huh.
I would have bought a new flat.
Very good. And what is the translation for that, please?
Si hubiera ganado la apuesta, habría comprado una nueva bandera.
Felix, could you please deactivate the mic, please? Felix, turn it off. Felix, turn it off, please. Felix, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you. So turn it off because we were hearing you and I couldn't hear Viviana. Thank you. So Viviana, go ahead.
Si hubiera ganado la apuesta, habría comprado una nueva bandera, algo así.
Oh, okay. Now, bandera means is the. Okay, sorry. Let's take it off. That is a flag. Okay, but this is a flag. What is a flag?
I don't know.
Okay, Felix, what is the meaning of flat?
No estaría quebrado, sin plata. I don't know.
No, no, that is interesting. Jocelyn, what is the meaning of a flat?
O tendría plata, ¿cierto? Sería lo.
No.
Sería rico.
No.
Es plano o algo así.
Yeah, that is plano, but in this case it's a noun. Okay, guys, let me show you a flat. ¿Ustedes saben cómo en España se le dice a la palabra apartamento?
No.
Oh. Okay, let me show you. That is a flat, guys. If you see, you put the word flat and you see all this. So what is a flat? This is a flat. What is a flat, Viviana?
It's an apartment.
Yes, very good, apartment. The thing is that apartment is American, flat is British. Okay, so for example, we say apartamento en Colombia. In Spain, they call it piso. Es muy común que en España, en países como España, en español dicen comprar un piso. No lo llaman casi apartamento. So in the same way, they call it flat, which is piso, or as Jocelyn said, plano, in British, and in American English is apartment, but that is very common, okay? So if I had won the wager, I would have bought a new flat, okay? Very good. So who wants to try the next one? Felix or Viviana? Oh, sorry, Felix or Jocelyn?
If
Jocelyn, could you
I
please?
had,
Okay, Felix, go ahead.
if I had, mm, for example, it would be called
Okay, Cole, go ahead.
Amy on Sunday. I I would have um, I would have went her I would have went her to the stick house.
No, it doesn't make sense, Felix. Another verb.
Another verb, get, gotten.
I wouldn't have gotten her to escape. No, it doesn't make sense. Another.
Mm, mm,
Okay, Felix. Let's imagine this. Imagine that you have a friend, okay, and your friend is Amy, and you were going to go to the steakhouse on Sunday, but you went by yourself because you didn't see her. So, Felix, what is the past participle of the verb see?
oh, seen. I
Seen,
would
very
have
good.
seen her if I had seen Emmy's. If I had if I had seen Amy on Sunday, I would have. Uh, I don't know. I would have invite.
Invited. So please read that again, Felix.
If I had seen Amy on Sunday, I would have invited her to the stick house.
Very good. Felix, what is the meaning of a steakhouse?
I don't know, teacher. I never heard
Okay, okay,
that
don't
word.
worry. So Felix, Gemma, and Jocelyn, a steakhouse is a restaurant, but it's a particular restaurant when you go to eat meat. Okay, meat, a lot of meat. So it is specialized in meat. Basically, a steakhouse. Let me show you the steakhouse. That is a steakhouse. You see meat everywhere. Okay, meat everywhere. So it's a restaurant when you go to eat meat, and they are, I don't know, the restaurant, the place is, they emphasize a lot about meat. Okay, so they sell a lot of meat. That is a steakhouse. Okay, so we have that here. It's not that common here, but we have it. So Jocelyn, the next one, please.
Ay,
Jocelyn, let me help you here, okay? Because this one is a little bit difficult. So this is what you're going to think. Imagine that someone could be sick. That is bad, right? Sick because that person drank, okay, drink too much or eat too much. So it's full, that is what is sick. So you're going to use the verb eat or the verb drink. Go ahead.
no. If you had it,
What is the past participle of the verb eat, Jocelyn?
uh, at
Repeat after me. Eaten.
eaten.
Eaten. Go ahead. Go on.
If you had eaten that much, you you would have been been sick.
Being
Been
sick.
sick.
Very good. That is perfect. Say that again, Jocelyn.
Um, see,
No, no, in English, please.
anyways, if you had eaten that much, you would have been sick.
Perfect. And say that in Spanish, please.
Si, si hubiera comido mucho, si hubiera comido sí, si hubiera comido mucho, yo,
Don't say yo. It's you.
tú,
Say that again. From
si
the top.
tú hubieras comido mucho, tú, eh, tú habrías estado enfermo. Habrías,
Habrías estado enfermo. Okay, Jocelyn, let's make a little change. How do you say feel in past participle? Feel.
feel, felt.
Felt. Perfect. So say that in Spanish, please.
Eh, tú te hubieras sentido enfermo.
The full sentence, please. From the beginning.
Eh, ¿Or?
Yeah, the whole sentence.
Ah,
Yes.
ok. Eh, ¿En English? Or Spanish?
In Spanish, please.
Okay.
Translation.
Si tú hubieras comido mucho, tú habrías estado enfermo.
Te habrías sentido.
Sentido, sentido.
Very good, Jocelyn, but you did a very good job because that was not easy at all. So, for example, next one. Who wants to go with the next one? So the next one is very easy. You can imagine that a person, a co-worker wants to be a teacher like you guys, but that person didn't go to college, didn't go to university, so that person is not going to be a teacher because you need to be a professional to be a teacher. So who wants to go next?
Me.
Okay, go ahead, Viviana. Thank you.
If I had went to the university,
Oh, sorry, Viviana. What is the past participle of the verb go?
uh,
When is the past? What is
gotten,
the past participle?
gotten,
No?
go. Sorry.
Gone. Uh-huh. So go on.
Mm, I would have been a teacher.
Okay, yeah, that could work. I would have been a teacher. Okay, Viviana, read that in English.
If I had gone to university, I would have been a teacher.
Very good. So, Viviana, Felix, and Gemma, I want to practice something else. So, for example, Viviana, if I want to change the verb been, what verb can I use there instead of been? For example, there is a verb when I want to be someone, there is a verb for that, an irregular verb. What is that verb? And the verb was in the warm-up activity. It starts with a B.
Mm,
So Felix, Jocelyn, you can help. If I want to replace been, or if I want to say, hey, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a lawyer, how do I say that instead of saying want to be, but in one
become,
word? Tell me.
become.
Become, that is perfect. So read that again, Viviana.
If I had gone to university, I would have become a teacher.
Very good. If I had gone to university, I would have become a teacher. Perfect. Felix, the next one. Felix, let me help you here. Do you see we are using the pronoun it? Okay, so we are not talking about a person, we are talking about something else. So you are going to talk about the rain.
Teacher Felix
It's
Sale.
gone? Okay, sorry. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much, Viviana. So Jocelyn, your turn. So Jocelyn, you're going to talk about a weather condition. That is the rain. So here you are going to use the verb rain. Okay, because rain could be a noun and it could be also a verb. So go ahead and use the verb rain. Go ahead.
If if
Okay, thank you, Felix.
if it has um, um, rain raining rain
Uh-huh.
today, I I could have been wet.
Again, I would have.
I would have been wet.
Okay, been works. But again, as I said to Viviana, don't use been, use another one. Okay, been works. Been is good, but it is kind of an easy option. So let's try to use something else. Instead of been, use another one.
Mm,
What is the past participle of the verb get?
oh, get gotten.
Got?
I would
Very,
have gotten wet.
very good. Felix, read the full sentence, please.
If it had rained, I would have gotten wet.
Very, very good. Felix, could you please translate that for me, for us?
Si hubiera llovido, eh, yo habría estado mojado.
Don't say estado.
Eh, mm, get is tomar, coger. I understand that,
No.
but no.
No.
Eh,
Ah,
yo
Felix,
me
sorry.
habría mojado. I don't know.
Say that again.
Yo me habría mojado.
That is perfect. Very good. So get wet is a verb. So get wet is basically the same as wet. Okay. Get wet is mojarse. Okay. Very good. So Felix, I want to challenge you. I have a challenge for you. Felix, could you please say that but in a negative way? Because in this position, the person didn't get wet. Why? Because it didn't rain. Now I want you to say the opposite. It did rain in the past, so the person did get wet. So say that in the negative way, please.
Uh,
And use the contraction, please.
if 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 it hadn't
Good.
rained, I would I wouldn't
Perfect. Uh-huh.
have gotten wet.
That is perfect. Thank you very much, Felix. So let's go on with Jocelyn, your turn. Go ahead.
What is the idea?
Tell me.
um, into the pit is hoyo.
Uh-huh. Very good. Into the pit is like, yes, like a hole, and the pit could be with or without water. So it's kind of when an animal falls into a pit. That is very sad. For example, you see videos in YouTube of people trying to rescue dogs or cows or a horse because they fall into a pit and they don't know how to get out of that place. So the people who see them, they try to rescue them. So that is a pit. Very good. So go ahead, Jocelyn.
Uh, did you uh, Un momento. Sí, estoy pensando el verbo. If you had eh,
Jocelyn, imagine that you were with another person and the person falls into the pit because you didn't hold that person. Hold. So what is the past participle of the verb hold?
hold,
What is the past participle?
hold.
That was in the warm-up activity. So
Ya. Eh, hold, 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 o sea,
repeat
el
after
verbo
me. Held.
hold.
Held. Held. Held is like grab. It's like when you want to, yeah, when you want to grab another person. So the person is going to fall and the person wants to be held by you. And in this opportunity, you're holding. So go ahead. If you had held me, this is negative.
I, I couldn't have a fallen, fallen into,
Read the full
fallen,
sentence.
fallen into the pit.
Yes, read it from the top, from the beginning.
If you had helped me, I won't have fallen into the pit.
Good. I wouldn't have fallen into the pit. Perfect. And Viviana, the last one.
If I had rode that horse,
Rode is the past. What is the past participle?
ridden,
Ridden. Very good. If I had ridden,
mm,
sorry, ridden,
I would have mm, learned
learn. Okay.
mm,
Learned what?
learn to ride.
To ride. Okay, okay, that could work. Okay, Viviana, let me try to imagine a different scenario. If I reading that horse, I would have. Viviana, do you know the meaning of the verb stink?
No,
Stink. What about Felix or Jocelyn? Do you know the meaning of the verb stink? Felix or Jocelyn? What is stink?
No, teacher, I don't have idea. Stink.
Okay, stink is like when you don't take a shower in 3 days and you stink.
stinky.
Yeah,
Starting
stinky
or
is an adjective. Very good. So what is stink?
Hedor, mal olor.
Yeah, good, but it's a verb. So stink is when you smell very, very bad. Okay, for example, when a guy goes on Sunday goes to play soccer and then arrive in the afternoon and he sits on a chair on a couch and he sits to watch sports and he doesn't want to take a shower, so he's going to stink and he's going to stink the sofa, the couch. So what is the past participle of stink, Viviana?
mm, I don't know.
Okay, repeat after me. Stank.
Thank.
Yeah. So it is stink, stank, stank. So the past simple and the past participle are the same. Okay. So Viviana, read that in English.
If I had ridden that horse, I would have stank.
Good. Viviana, read that into Spanish, please. Translate that into Spanish.
Si hubiera montado ese caballo, habría apestado.
Very good. That is very good. Because sometimes a horse smells very bad. So let's go on. Guys, this is going to be the same, but in this opportunity, what I want you to do is that I want you to use contractions as much as possible. Okay? Anytime that you can use a contraction, you are going to use it. I'm not going to write it down if you don't say it. So I need you to say the contraction so I can write it down. Okay? And remember, in this opportunity, the if clause goes on the second part, goes at the end. So you're going to say the would have done clause, the consequence clause first, and then the conditional clause. So Felix, try the first one, please.
Okay. Okay. If I would have um, drank um, uh, if I would have drunk my beverage, if you
Felix, sorry. Say that again.
I would have
Uh-huh.
I would have drunk my beverage
My beverage, uh-huh.
if um you
Okay, Felix, let me help you there, okay? I would have um, this is my idea. Your sentence is very good. Just to help you with the second part. Go ahead.
spilled.
Yeah,
Oh,
spelled.
okay.
So imagine that you are inside a car. I am driving and you are trying to drink your beverage, but I am very very fast. I'm driving. I am driving very very fast, and I hit the brake very very suddenly, and I hit the brake, and your beverage just spills everywhere. So go ahead, because I'm driving very fast. So go ahead.
I wouldn't have spilled my beverage if if you if you hadn't
Good.
um, eh, um, drove
No, that is the past participle, Felix.
or drive
No, that is the present.
drove. I don't remember the past participle.
Okay, you can see it there on the screen.
Driving
Repeat
that
after me.
fast.
Driven, driven,
Driven. Okay.
driven. So read the full sentence, please.
I wouldn't have spilled my beverage if you hadn't driven fast.
You hadn't driven that fast. Very good. I wouldn't have spilled my beverage if you hadn't driven that fast. So I cannot change the past because the beverage is already spilled everywhere. But basically, you can drive a little bit, I don't know, slower the next time. Okay. Very good, Felix. Let's go with Jocelyn. Jocelyn, you are going to go with the next one, but remember, you have to use contractions as possible. Okay. Go ahead. And this is very common because we write a lot of essays along our career. So go ahead.
You the you 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 will have uh, you have written
Good. You have written. Yeah.
written the on the time if
Yes,
you
on time. If you
if you if you if you had if you had if you had sent
No,
enviado.
no. I mean, it works in a grammar way, but it doesn't make sense. Try again.
Sent?
No, it's not sent. Sent
No?
doesn't work. We cannot use sent. Okay, Jocelyn, it's like a start. A start, but use another word different from start. So it is a start, but it is an irregular verb.
Um,
Jocelyn, repeat after me. Begin.
begin.
Begin. Begin is in the present, is the base form. What is the past participle of the verb begin?
Begin. Begin.
Repeat after me. Began.
Begun.
Oh, repeat after me. Begin, began, began.
Begin. 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 Began. Begun.
Now
Begun.
repeat after me again. Begin,
Begin.
began,
Began.
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 Very good. So say that again, Jocelyn.
Eh,
No, the full sentence in English.
okay. You would have written the essay of
The
the time.
essay. Repeat after me. The essay.
The essay of the time. If you had
Began.
began early.
Very good, Jocelyn. I want to ask you a favor. Remember, I told you that you should use contractions. So say that again with the proper contractions of the verb would and the verb had. Go ahead.
Good night.
No. The contraction is right here between you and would.
Good.
Repeat after me. You'd had written.
You'd have written.
Go on.
You'd bien.
Read the full sentence, Jocelyn. The full sentence.
You'd have written.
You'd
had written the essay on the time.
On time. If
time. You had.
Now remember the contraction, Jocelyn.
Had. O sea,
Jocelyn, repeat after me. You'd. Like this. Okay. Read the full sentence, please.
You'd had written the essay of time.
The essay
of time. Idiot began early.
Very good. That is a very good pronunciation. Thank you very much. So let's go on, Viviana. The next one.
I'd have made I'd with contraction.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I
have made a better sketch if they'd help me.
Okay, good. Help me. Very good. I had made a better sketch if they helped me. Very good. Viviana, how do you say, for example, what is the past participle of the verb draw?
Drown.
Drawn, very good. Very, very good. So let's use it. Just to remember that. Drawn. So read that again, Viviana.
I'd have drawn a better sketch if they'd helped me.
If they helped me. Very good. So, Viviana, imagine that this is one of us and they are teachers. So, what do teachers do instead of help?
I don't understand, teacher.
Okay, again, what do teachers do for a living? They? So, for example, Viviana, if you are a teacher, what do you do? You what?
Mm,
Viviana, we are teachers. Again?
thought?
Taught. Very good. Taught. Perfect. So read that again.
I'd have drawn a better sketch if they taught me.
Very good. If they taught me. Perfect, Viviana. And the last one, Felix, go ahead.
Um, you you'll have um,
Oh, sorry. There is something missing here. That's it. Go ahead.
you have um, um, I don't know, out of the jail.
What is the past participle of the verb go?
Oh, go. If you had, you have went,
No, when is the past participle?
um, gone,
Good. Gone.
gone to jail. If you, if you, if you had, um, spoke to the judge about that.
Okay, but it's not spoke, it's
Spoken, excuse me, teacher.
spoken. Very good. Say that
Yes.
again.
You have gone to jail if you had spoken to the judge about that.
Very, very good. That is perfect. Thank you very much, guys. So you did a very good job. So, Viviana, Jocelyn, or Felix, do you have any questions so far? I mean, I think that you are doing a great job. So I want to continue with the production activity, but do you have any questions? No? Okay, guys, before we continue, let me tell you something real quick in Spanish. Let me see something. Okay, Gemma didn't arrive today. So again, let me remind you. Permítame recordarles de nuevo. When we finish the class, cuando terminemos la clase, please just stay. Okay? Terminamos todo normal como siempre y se quedan un minutico me esperan a que termine algo, que tengo que contarles algo muy importante. Okay? So let's go on with the production part. So as you can see here, we have a white canvas. So you have to paint the canvas. So this is what you're going to do, guys. This is going to be a little bit challenging. So I'm going to say one question about the third conditional in Spanish, okay? And because you know a lot, you are going to translate that question when you are going to say that question in English. But let me tell you something. It is not that difficult, but it's a little bit challenging. So I really think that you know a lot. So I'm pretty sure you will do it very good. Okay, so let's start. So guys, if you want, you can take a note, you can write down on a paper or in your computer, or you can just remember what I'm going to say. So you are going to translate that. And for example, if Viviana, if you give me the translation, then I can ask the translation to Jocelyn or Felix. Maybe they have different versions of the same question. Okay, so this is the first question for all of you. This is in Spanish. So you're going to give me the version in English. You're going to say how how you should ask that in English. So this is the first one. ¿Qué nombre hubieras escogido si tú, perdón, qué nombre habrías escogido si tú hubieras tenido un nombre diferente? I say that again. ¿Qué nombre habrías escogido si tú hubieras tenido un nombre diferente? So guys, write it down or just remember that and please let me know when you have that question in English. Let me say that again. ¿Qué nombre hubieras escogido si tú hubieras tenido un nombre diferente? So how do you say that in English with the conditional three? So guys, who wants to give it a try? ¿Quién quiere intentarlo? So ladies first, or okay, go ahead, Jocelyn.
What name you have?
But remember, okay, let me show you this. Is this way? This. Okay, go ahead. What name?
What name good have?
They would have, but remember, Jocelyn, this is a question. Okay, this is a question. So when you have a question, for example, let me show you this. You have
Good.
yeah, good. But you have, for example, you have I would, okay? I would, right? But when you have a question, the word would goes before, like here, okay? Before. So go ahead.
Okay.
What?
Would
Say the full sentence.
would you?
Would you? Uh-huh.
Chosen. If you had
Uh-huh.
if you have a different name.
Okay, Jocelyn, that is so good, but you are missing something right here. Remember, it's past perfect. So every single word in past perfect has a verb. The verb had, good. But it has another verb in past participle. Won, seen, eaten, gone. So what is that verb that you're missing? If you had,
Shoes.
if you had what?
Eh,
How do you say tener in, sorry, Jocelyn, how do you say tener in English? Tener.
Have.
Have. Good. Now, how do you say have in past participle?
Haven't.
No, this one.
Have.
Okay, did you get it? Remember, the verb is have, the past is had, and the past participle is also had. So, Jocelyn, please read your question.
What name you have? What name you have? Choose.
Chosen. Chosen.
Chosen.
Uh-huh.
Chosen. If you had a different name.
That is perfect, Jocelyn. Thank you very much. Very good job, Jocelyn. So let's go on. Let's go on with another question. Okay, I'm going to say another question in Spanish, and you're going to translate that into English. So this is the next one. For all of you guys, Felix, Jocelyn, and Viviana, you can write it down. ¿En qué país habrías nacido si tú no hubieras nacido en Colombia? ¿En qué país habrías nacido si tú no hubieras nacido en Colombia? So please let me know when you have the question. So guys, who has the question in English? It is very easy and it is very similar to what Jocelyn just said. So who wants to try? ¿En qué país habrías nacido si tú no hubieras nacido en Colombia? So go ahead, who wants to try? Okay, Viviana, go ahead.
Which country?
Which country? Okay. Okay, Viviana, let me ask you something. How do you say ¿cuál es tu nombre in English?
What's your name?
Good. So you use the verb, the WH question, what? Viviana, Jocelyn, and Felix, remember, you use which when you have options. Okay, Viviana? So for example, Viviana, if I tell you, hey, Viviana, what is your favorite color? I said I use what? I can use which when I have options. For example, Viviana, I show you a top, and one is pink, the other one is white, and the other one is blue. And I ask Viviana, which one is your favorite color? Because you have three options. But Viviana, when you don't have options, Viviana, Felix, and Gemma, when you don't have options, you are going to use the word what. Okay? So go ahead, Viviana.
What country
Uh-huh.
would you have? mm, um, been um, if you had
Sorry, been what, Viviana? Been?
been born?
Been born. Very good.
If you had mm, select
No, remember, si tú no hubieras nacido en Colombia.
if you hadn't
If you hadn't.
be being born
Uh-huh.
in Colombia?
In Colombia. Very good. Say that again, Viviana.
What country would have been born if you hadn't been born in Colombia?
That is so perfect. Thank you very much. So, guys, um, Felix, could you please read the first question?
Okay, teacher. What name would you have chosen if you had a different name?
Very good. So, Felix, I want you to ask that question to Jocelyn. And Jocelyn, when you are going to answer the question, remember that you have to start this way. You have to say, if I had a different name, and you go on. Okay? So, go ahead, Felix. Ask the question to Jocelyn.
Okay, Jocelyn, what name would you have chosen if you had a different name?
Okay. If if I have had a different name, I I I yeah, I would I had chose
No, repeat after me. I would have chosen.
I would have chosen a mm, Karina.
Karina. Okay, Karina, that sounds kind of Russian, but it's very nice. Yeah. So, Jocelyn, thank you very much. Very good job, and very good job, Felix. So, Jocelyn, ask that question to Viviana.
Okay. Viviana, eh, what name would you have? Sorry. What name, what name would you have chosen if you had a different name?
Mi amor, ven.
If I had have a different name,
Felix, sorry, could you deactivate the microphone? Felix, thank you. So, Viviana, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
if I had have a different name,
Mhm.
I would have chosen Valentina.
Valentina. I don't know why, but I was thinking about that name for you. Maybe because of the V. Very good. And finally, Viviana, you're going to ask that to Felix.
Felix, what name would you have chosen if you had had a different name?
Um, if I had a different name, um, I have
Sorry,
chosen,
I would have chosen
I would have chosen Pedro.
Pedro. Okay. That is very formal. Thank you very much. So, guys, very good answers. And again, remember, sorry, conditional three is about something that hypothetical situation in the past. Okay, because in Colombia we can change our names, but we are not going to do that. Okay, we did have a chance. We already were named by our parents, so we are not going to change our names right now. Okay, but this is a good way to imagine a different name in the past. Very good. So I want to start in this opportunity with Jocelyn. Jocelyn, you're going to ask this question to Felix.
Okay. Um, what country would you have been born of you born if you had been born in Colombia?
If you hadn't,
If you hadn't been in Colombia, in been born in Colombia.
in Colombia, uh-huh.
Okay, if I hadn't been born in Colombia, I would have been born in Peru.
In Peru, okay. Sorry, in Peru. Felix, why?
Oh, I don't know, teacher.
You like it? Because it's nice. It has the mountain of the seven colors and a lot of things. I mean, that country is very nice.
Yes, yes. Peru has a lot of interesting things, person.
Yeah, a lot of interesting places to visit. Yeah, very nice, very good. So, Felix, you're going to ask the same question to Viviana.
Okay, what country would you have been born if you hadn't been born in Colombia?
If I had been born, mm,
Sorry, Viviana, we cannot hear you. Say that again, please.
if I hadn't been born in Colombia, I would have been born in Japan.
In what? Excuse me?
Japan,
Ah, in Japan. Okay, in Japan. Yeah, very nice. And why, Viviana?
I like the culture,
You like the culture there? Yeah, people
the
there is very.
language,
Tell me.
the language.
The language on Japanese is very difficult. I mean, that's what they say. The Chinese and Japanese and Korean, those are very difficult languages. But yeah, it's very nice. Japanese has a very interesting culture. People is super respectful and they're hard workers. They're very honest. So very, very nice. Viviana, could you please ask the question to Jocelyn?
Jocelyn, what country would you have been born if you hadn't been born in Colombia?
If, if I had been born, I, if I hadn't been born in Colombia, I would have in USA.
You would have been born in, repeat after me, in the US.
In the US
Uh-huh. Very good. Why, Jocelyn?
because I like learn the the language.
The language, yes. I mean, I don't know if I would have been born in the US, but yeah, I really like the language, and I always, I mean, as a kid, as a teenager, I mean, I learned English like I don't know, my English process started like 7 years ago. So when I didn't know anything about English, I really wanted to know a language that allows me to go around the world so that I could deal by myself with different things. So English is the language. So if we would have been born in Canada, United States, or in the United Kingdom, we would have been very good at English, we could travel around the world and we could deal by ourselves. We could go to different places and we could, I don't know, we could go around and make that someone understand what we say by speaking in English, okay? Because it's kind of an international language right now. So guys, very good answers, very interesting in Peru, in Japan, and in the US. So guys, this is it. We are done so far. So I think you have learned a lot today. Actually, I really think that you already knew the topic, but we have had a very interesting practice. Okay, so this is going to be the homework. It is very easy. I'm going to send you that through Skype. You are going to use your imagination and creativity to state 5 imaginary situations in the past of something about your lives that did not happen. But the idea is that you are very, very creative, that you imagine a lot. Okay, so it is only 5 sentences, 5 third conditional sentences, but you are going to try to be as creative as possible. Okay, so Viviana, did you understand?
Mm, yes, teacher.
Okay, Felix, what about you? Did you understand the homework?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
No,
and
teacher.
tell me what?
What is the idea, the homework?
What is the homework? Is this you are going to say five sentences, five, okay,
Okay.
five, about imaginary situations in the past, something that you can't change anymore, okay, something that
Uh,
you can do anything about it. The only thing that you can do is to imagine. For example, imagine that I don't know, something that didn't happen. For example, I didn't have a particular toy when I was a kid. I remember that actually when I was a kid, we were a very humble family, so I didn't have many toys. Okay, but I remember that I wanted some particular toys that my neighbor had. So, for example, I would have liked to have a different toy or something like that. Okay, but remember, third conditional, the idea that you use your creativity. Okay, so guys,
okay.
do you have any questions about the topic or about the class? No questions?
No, teacher.
Okay, perfect. So guys, you did a very good job. Very, very good job. I think it was very nice to be with you, to talk to you. The performance along the production activity was great. So I think that's it. So have a very good evening and I see you next Tuesday. Goodbye.
Bye.